Fantastic. My name is Paul Morrison, and we're getting to know Little Shop of Horrors, performed by EUCMS at Eastwood. Stef is playing the role of Seymour, and basically I wanted to ask you a few questions about the show itself, but also about you as a performer.
Yeah, cool.
More recently, you've appeared in quite a few musicals. You've appeared as Eddie in Dogfight and Sebastian in The Little Mermaid, and Songs for a New World, and now you've chosen to play the role of Seymour in The Little Shop of Horrors. What drew you to this particular role?
I think I really enjoy roles that are kind of a little bit awkward, nerdy, and the comedy comes from that. I don't know why. Maybe it was because I was an awkward nerd as a teenager. But no, I really like the heart of the show, and Seymour as a character. He's really, I think you can play him very endearing and likable, and that really helps along the narrative of the show, which is, at times very morally dubious.
Yes, absolutely. We'll get to the plant and the associated elements shortly. Are there any other roles that are on your bucket list?
Oh yeah, no, there's a definite easy one there. For someone of my particular aesthetic, Aladdin. Aladdin's my number one. So if anyone's producing.
Yeah, well, if anyone's producing Aladdin, please let us know, and we'll give you Stef's details accordingly. Yes.
My number one.
All right. And so, what can we expect from this version of The Little Shop of Horrors?
Look, I think it's a very creative take on it. Obviously it's not necessarily a brand new show. It's been around for a bit. There's some really creative decisions that the directors made in terms of representation within the show. So I think there's elements of newness in that regard. But I think otherwise, the music is incredible. It's a brilliant score, and the performers are all delivering that really well. So I think.
Because Little Shop of Horrors is really an ensemble piece. There's obviously some lead characters, but every person needs to play their part for this story to be told correctly. Because if you're talking about the songs in the show, you've got the well-known ones, which is Beat Me Seymour and Suddenly Seymour, the dentist song, the Little Shop of Horrors number. But the song that I think is one of the best plot-driving songs I think ever written is Downtown.
Oh yeah.
Because it establishes the storyline so well so early in the piece.
Yeah, no, that's a great number, and I think what's really impressive about this production, but just generally the writing of that number, is that it's musically, quite an upbeat and uplifting number. But if you listen carefully to the lyrics, there's quite a lot of despair within that, and I think delivering that in a nuanced way is difficult. But I think that this production definitely has a great try at that.
Yeah, and Audrey II is basically Seymour's way of getting out of Skidrow, and that's really one of the things that he has trouble wrestling with during the production.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So the way in which Audrey II is being presented, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh look, I don't want to have any spoilers, because that's when I was talking about the creative elements. I think that's one of the more interesting decisions that the more new decisions that the directors made, and I think it's working really well. But presentation-wise, it's not your classic, bass baritone male performer. It's Audrey II is played by a female performer, and I guess that changes the dynamics around, I guess, the more seductive elements of Audrey II's character, and that kind of thing. So I think there's definitely a fresh take on it there.
Yeah, excellent. All right. So Seymour works at Mr. Mushnick's flower shop. So what I thought I would do is I'd give you some strange names of plants or animals.
Yep.
And you need to tell me whether it's a plant or an animal.
Okay.
All right. So the first one is a Shaggy Soldier.
A Shaggy Soldier.
Yes.
Is it an animal?
No, that's a plant.
It's a plant. Okay.
Yes.
I was thinking some kind of ant, maybe.
Yeah. Well,
Some
fair
rat,
enough. The Kiss Me Over the Garden Gate.
I'm gonna say that's a plant.
That is a plant. Right. What about a mountain chicken?
I feel it's an animal, but I feel like maybe that's too obvious. But is it an animal?
It is an animal.
Yeah.
But it's not the sort of animal that you would expect.
It's not a chicken.
It's not a chicken. It's
Okay.
actually a frog.
A mountain chicken.
Mountain chicken is actually a species of frog. Just so you know. There's something called a sausage tree.
A sausage tree?
Yes.
Okay. definitely going with plant on
It is a plant. I just wanted to say
Yeah, you
it's
just
actually a funny
we
name.
put that in there. That is
The Sticky Willy.
I'm gonna go with plant.
Yes, it is a
Yep,
plant.
okay.
Yes. The Satanic Leaf.
Yeah, a plant.
No, that's
No?
a gecko.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's a
see that.
gecko.
Yeah, yeah.
The Mother-in-Law's Cushion.
Is that a plant?
It is a plant. It's actually a type of cactus.
Okay.
Yes. And the last one is a Sparklemuffin.
A Sparklemuffin. Nuffin or muffin?
Muffin.
Muffin with an M.
Yeah, with an M.
Animal.
Oh, it is an animal. It's
Okay.
actually a type of spider.
A spider.
Yes. So
Rightio.
there you go. So,
Who knew?
are you much of a gardener?
Do I enjoy gardening? Am I good at gardening? Very different.
Yeah, they are very
questions.
different questions.
I
All
enjoy
right.
it.
Do you enjoy gardening?
I'm not great at it.
Not great at it. So the plants don't enjoy you
Yeah,
gardening.
no, they do not.
And what do you do outside of musical theatre?
So my day job, I work as a social worker.
Yes.
So I work in child protection, and yeah, I've been doing that for a few years, and yeah, I really love it. So yeah, I work as a social worker, and I guess a few other creative hobbies, like to paint and write music and different stuff.
And your job as a social worker would probably have many stressful elements to it.
Indeed.
Yeah. So is musical theatre a way of release from that? Is that some
100%. Yeah, my colleagues at work, they often say, I don't know how you can go home and go from work and go to rehearsal for 3 hours. And I say, well, if I'm at rehearsal for 3 hours, I'm not thinking about work.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So yes, thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Little Shop of Horrors opens on the 26th of October. And all the ticketing details will be found in all the information that goes with this video. Thank you for your time, Steph.
It's
And
my
until
pleasure.
next time, be fantastic. Bye.